Next up, we're going to have Mr. Cody Fuller, who is building an agency at vice president already, works with Willis as well, and is one of the, I mean, you're going to get to hear his story, but in protecting people, there's not a better career, right? Like from someone you're going to get to hear from who protect people from a ground floor level, working with the police department, and just one of the best guys I know. I'm excited to kind of get him on here and hear about being a sponge and his run in the insurance business. And, he travels more than most people I know, which is, I'm like, hey, where are you at? He's like, I'm on the side of the road doing an application. But he doesn't tell me if he's in Idaho, Kansas, maybe in Kentucky, maybe in West Virginia. But at the end of the day, you look in the Slack and it's usually, 2,000 his, 1,700 hers. And at the end of the day, always putting clients first. So I'm super excited to have Cody Fuller on here. Cody, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, dude. Where are you at? What state are you in right now?
I'm in Ohio. I'm in farmland on the west side of Ohio right now.
Beautiful, beautiful Ohio. Yeah. So
if you watch my story, you'll see I like staying on the outskirts. I like farm country. I like being on the outskirts of the city. I don't know. I love the scenery, love driving through it, love meeting the people. Get to meet a lot of unique people doing that.
Yeah. Driving the farm roads, the county roads. Dude, there's so many people who some agents won't even go out there,
Hey, 2 weeks ago, I climbed up in the cab of a John Deere tractor and wrote a farmer a final expense policy. That's a fact. And we drove from the barn to the house where he parked it because he had to go eat dinner. And we did the policy in the tractor.
There's no words, dude. That'd be a priceless commercial at FFL. Priceless.
I know.
So before you introduce yourself, so you're leading Family First Life Blue Collar. That's your agency. That's your business. I see people are already trying to find you. So do you have any other social media, Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, Cody _Fuller_33 on Instagram. I'm on Facebook too, and then FFL Blue Collar on Instagram as well.
Cool. So I consider you to be, someone I look up to. Someone who sacrifices their life to be, to serve the community, to serve other people. I know even in the limited time that I've spent with you, I know that you love your family. That's something that's near and dear to me. Like I love my family. Like I love where I come from. I love who I am, but also like I don't want to misrepresent my family. That's why I do this. That's why I got my license, right? So as a leader and someone who's served the community, can you kind of talk about why insurance, why Family First Life, why life insurance, man?
I mean, for me, it's, I'm following Willis Hicks, right? And I've got to know Willis, and I'll never forget the first time I met Willis, because he had heard my story, and he came up and just gave me a giant hug, and he was like, hey, man, I have a very similar story to you, around the same age, but mine ended a little different. And the moment he said that, I knew exactly what he was talking about. And I mean, him and I stood there and almost cried, like for real. And it's being around people like Willis, right? That is just relentless, relentless when it comes to knocking on somebody's door, who is rude to you on the phone and making them look you in the eye and tell you they don't want to cover their family, especially after you've been in either a really close call or you've had it happen personally. When you're around people that's willing to do that, things change. And for me, it was just a vehicle I was looking for, right? But I've always helped people. I started out I joined the Army at 17. I was a paratrooper in the military, jumping out of planes, having a good time. I was a law enforcement officer for a decade. Did a lot of cool stuff. Helped a lot of people in both Kentucky and Idaho. And I didn't want to give that service part up, because for me, serving people is what I love to do. Honest, truly, nothing gives me greater satisfaction than knowing that I help somebody. Sometimes I have a hard time saying no, but I give my time. I mean, I give so much of my time anyways, to help people. And I was looking for a vehicle that would provide me that satisfaction, but also the geographical and financial freedom, that I was looking for to be to get me to where I wanted to be. I found Family First Life through YouTube and TikTok. And, I didn't give myself an option. I reached out to everybody. I talked to everybody. And if they were a bit top producer, I was reaching out to them before I actually got licensed. And I just didn't give myself an option to fail, and I came into this, quit my job as a deputy sheriff. I was a field training officer, so I trained new recruits and new law enforcement officers. And I just jumped in head first, and I just put everything that had led me to that point, all the knowledge I had from communication and service, civil service. And I just put my work ethic in play. And, I just followed the system. Honestly, that's what I did. My lead flow basically is a variety. I don't go all in on one lead type. Month one, I issued off of nothing but the CRM, instance, new internet life, 1 month old, 3 month old. Never touched a 1 to 3 month old mortgage until my third month in the business. Never ran a mortgage appointment until my third month in the business. And I issued 22,000 my first month off of instant new internet life, 1 month old, 3 month old. Right. And, but what I found is that diversify, whether you're running final expense or mortgage, right, you've got to diversify. So like today, I have new mortgage. I have a little bit of new mortgage. I have a little bit of mortgage I didn't get a hold of. I have some final expense mail. I have CRM instance and 1 month olds. And then I have about 30 game time, but 10 of those are ones that I've never resolved because I didn't have time to door knock them. Right. So I have that mixture, and I do just what Willis does. I take one lead source and I burn through them. I work through them until I resolve them somehow over the phone. And then if it's a game time or a piece of mail, I don't care if it's aged or new, I door knock it if they don't answer the phone. So I had a 13K week last week. Well, I did 95 this week, but the week before that. And what people don't see is that 3,200 of that came off of knocking on doors. Right?
25%.
Yeah. And all it was, okay, I've got to drive an hour between appointments, but I've got 2 doors I can knock on the way. So I knocked on those doors. One was in America, one was in Aetna. And out of 2 policies, just from door knocking, I increased my numbers that week by $3,200.
So if I'm 10 minutes from your next appointment, you're knocking on my door, Jordan Lowry, what are you saying to me? What are you saying at the door? I'm coming right now. I just answered it.
Knock.
Yeah. What? Hello?
Hey, are you Jordan?
Yeah.
Hey man, my name's Cody. I'm a local underwriter here. I got this piece of mail came into my office and nobody there could get a hold of it. I'm actually the manager. So what I do is I just come out here and make sure that, they actually did call you and try to get a hold of you, because maybe they didn't. So I'm just trying to make sure we took care of this. You filled this out. It looks like you were looking for Ohio State regulated life insurance programs. Do you have any current coverage, Jordan?
I think we have it through our work.
Oh, well, so as far as work insurance goes, is that like one you take with you? Do you know if, when you leave your job, does that fall along with you? Or, is that kind of like having a company car? You got to give the keys back when you're done.
Yeah, that's why I filled it out, because I know we're going to retire in 2 years.
Hey, perfect. Listen, it doesn't take me longer than 10 minutes to get you qualified. Like I said, I'm the local guy and I'm a broker. So I'm just here to show you what you qualify for according to your health and age, man. It's only going to take 10 minutes.
All right, let's do it.
And then I literally just sit there and look at them. I just stare. I just stare at them. And then most of the time, if they give me any hesitation, like they come out and shut the door, I find something on their porch to talk to them about.
Just looking for common ground.
The longer I stand there and talk to them, the better chance I have of getting to sit at their table.
Yeah. What's something you're doing that's working in the home, like asking them something in the inventory or getting them to talk? What's something you wish you would have known 4 months ago? That's
reallocating money. Reallocating money. So I watched a training from Easton Patton, and I mean, a lot of people know Easton. They know that he's absolutely amazing, but they also, what a lot of people don't realize is he was horrible when he started, like really, really, really bad. And he just stayed with it and kept going and kept going. But the one thing that I learned from him, doesn't matter if it's final expense or mortgage, is to reallocate money. So when I do the financial inventory, I ask them, are they saving any money? Are they putting any extra money towards anything? How much money are they saving? Are they paying more on their mortgage? Right? Because it's real easy if they're paying an extra $500 a month on the mortgage. It's like, hey, perfect, I get it. But here's the thing, you can still pay $300 a month on the mortgage extra, but the $200, let's make sure that we have the coverage in place to where it'll pay your house off if something happens, but also you get your money back at the end. So it's a forced savings that's going to give you the coverage, but you can also pay $300 on it and continue to do that extra, right? So because you're trying to save on interest, but we'll do it for 25 years and then you pay your house off early. And if it's a final expense and they're saving $250, $300, a month, I ask them, realistically, your daughter is going to be your beneficiary and she's a single mom. If you were to pass away tomorrow, does that $300 you're going to put in the bank after this paycheck, does that cover your funeral expenses? No. Do you have the money in the bank to cover your funeral expenses? No. So that means your daughter is going to take out, I have to pay $13,000, right? But if we take out of that $250, if we take $70 or $80 and put it towards something that gives you immediate coverage with living benefits, right? Then you're going to turn around and have immediate coverage. So if you die tomorrow, your single mother daughter is not going to have that issue financially, right? So it's just reallocating the money and making it make sense to them.
Wow. That's super smooth, right? Because it's not extra money. It's already money they're already using.
Right. But the biggest thing is challenging people, I think. I think a lot of people become the quote person. And I've been talking to a lot of my agents recently on this. And for me, 2 nights ago, I sat with a husband and wife, and they wanted to do the whole I'll think about it, right? And when they gave me the I'll think about it, I just leaned back in my chair and I challenged them. I said, Michael, I completely understand that you need to think about it. The carrier's going to have to think about it as well. And then ultimately they're going to get back to me and let me know if they're willing to cover you. But what we figured out from this financial inventory, and everything I do, I draw on the back of the financial inventory, right? I draw so they see it. They have a visual of what it looks like. I say, Michael, if you were to pass away tomorrow, Mary's got about 30 days till she's got to start finding a different place to live. And her whole life financially is going to be upside down, right? Mm. And I was like, so we have no decision to make here because we don't even know if you can get qualified, and I just challenged him twice. He submitted the app, and he that guy texted me this morning and told me he appreciated it. Yeah.
Because you're being real, right? And I mean, that's the thing is, like I said with Willis, is, you'll never have, this is one of the only jobs where you'll never have to apologize for pushing someone to spend more money, to give their family more money, right? I'm sorry for setting your next generation up better, And I mean,
Jordan, you said it best. They're already not our clients. So don't lose your license, but push them, challenge them, because when it comes down to it, I've received the phone call already from a daughter because her mother had my card in her purse and her mother didn't purchase insurance and she passed away. And she said, hey, I'm trying to get information on my mom's life insurance policy. And I had to tell her daughter, hey, your mom didn't purchase life insurance because she wanted to think about it, right? And I had to kind of have that conversation with the daughter. So to me, I didn't like that situation. And so
that's a tough situation.
If I'm sitting at their kitchen table, I'm going to challenge them, very much so.
Dude, man, I get emotional thinking about the families that I've sat with, the few death claims I've had, and like one, I was holding a parrot of this lady. Like, I mean, there's just so many things that this business can teach you so much more than just making money, you know? So it's such a great business. Love it, dude. I love it. Well, FFL blue collar is one thing that we all, aspire to be hard workers, but, to care for people and serve. And that's the end of the day. The harder we work on the phones, the harder we sell life insurance and challenge people to work with us to make more money, because they should. That's what it is at the end of the day. How many people can you influence in your community, whether you're on the phone, whether you're on Zoom, or whether you're driving down Country Farm Road 972 with Cody?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you're serving your community by sharing FFL and by getting someone protected, right? That's the end of the day. So there's no fear. I want you guys, this is my last tip for you guys. There's nothing to be scared about. No matter what, they're already not your client. So start today. There's nothing worse than them not being your client. Just start today. Call Cody, call Willis, call me, use the underwriting genies, and go set a record week. Okay. Record week over record week. Face your fears. Cody, leave us with another 10, 20 seconds and we'll get everyone back to dialing.
The best thing that I could leave somebody with is, if you're dialing the phone and you get yelled at, you get hung up on, you get screamed at, the decision you make at that point to switch, to make the switch and turn the switch on and call them back and forget about it, call them back again. If they yell and scream and hang up, call them back. That switch is what's going to change your business here. That switch.
Love it, dude. I love it. I'll see you guys at the top. Let's set a new record this week. Fourth quarter, baby.